watching the first podcast from Positive Outlook.
You just told me it was empty.
Okay.
That are, positively. There's so many.
But other than that, happy Monday,
Happy Monday.
and I hope you guys have an awesome week. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Gabe,
It's Caleb.
and you guys are watching the 23rd episode of the Positive Outlook podcast. And Caleb, what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about 7 steps to become more self-confident.
Absolutely.
And before we get started,
Okay.
we got 2 more weeks until the release where we release all our episodes on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, make sure you hit the like and subscribe so you can stay updated.
Yes, because we will be dropping on Spotify, which will be awesome. I know a lot of people, YouTube can be kind of inconvenient because when you're driving and you're listening to a podcast, you have to leave your phone unlocked.
And there's ads.
Yeah, or if you put your phone in your pocket and you're listening, you can accidentally click on a different video. So it is really inconvenient. So we decided to not transfer, but move on to more platforms
Right.
along
'cause
with YouTube.
we do appreciate you, YouTube.
Yes.
It's just for our specific purpose. It's easier on Spotify.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also want to say, as of right now, so we were talking about last episode, how our TikTok hasn't been getting much love or many views. We actually posted one. It was a little over 24 hours ago, but it has almost 32,000 views.
And I mean, by the time this episode releases, it'll have been out for 2-3 weeks
Yeah.
because we record way ahead.
So that'll be really cool.
But what the heck?
Yeah. But the funny thing is it is not on our Positive Outlook podcast. We have a separate TikTok account. And we uploaded a TikTok on that account, just a random TikTok. It is doing exponentially better than any TikTok we've ever posted on Positive Outlook.
I don't understand TikTok.
Yeah. So, but it's funny. And I just thought we'd bring it up because we were talking about TikTok last week. But now going into what we're talking about today, we're talking about 7 steps to become a more self-confident person. Moving into number 1 is look at what you have already achieved in your life.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is something that is such an easy snapback out of having a bad mentality or realizing, if you don't feel fulfilled in life or you feel like you're not achieving enough, is take a step back and look how far you've actually come. Because there are a lot of things in your life that you've gone through and you've gotten through and that have made you tougher and made you a more resilient person that you don't give yourself enough credit for. And if you could take that step back and look at the big sphere of things and see everything that you've accomplished in life, you'll feel a lot more confident in yourself.
Absolutely. It's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
There's days where even if you've been working out for 6 months to a year, you look at yourself in the mirror and you go, I look no different than when I started.
Yeah.
I'm not either putting on enough weight or losing enough weight. I still look skinny or fat. And if you go and you take your progress pic from that first day in the gym and you compare them,
Yeah.
world of change.
Yeah. It's like, holy cow, I've come this far.
You guys are doing great. You just need to make sure that you know that.
Yeah. Because you're the only person that needs to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to prove anything to anyone else. Feels good to, but you don't have to. If you just prove it to yourself and you fully believe it with your heart, that's all you need.
Let me make sure that I'm not about to. Okay, yeah. So compare to yourself.
Yeah.
Compare where you were at. So for example, the gym with the pics. If you
Yeah.
compare your progress to yourself, you'll see so much more growth.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, moving into number 2. Think of things you are good at. A lot of the times when we feel that lack of self-confidence or that lack of pride in ourselves is because we fail at something or we underachieve what we wish we could have achieved. So taking that step back and saying, say you're in school and you just bombed a science test, you failed it, but every single test you've ever taken in English is skyrocketing. You're not a dumb person. And there's that famous quote from Albert Einstein. I love this quote. It's says something like, everybody's a genius, but if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it's gonna live its whole life believing it's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And that is exactly true. It's, you have certain things in your life that you will excel at and certain things that you won't. So don't judge yourself off the bad things you can't accomplish.
Yeah, Albert Einstein wasn't judged off of his acting skills.
Right.
Yeah. He's not an actor.
Absolutely. All right, number 3, set some goals. Goal setting is so important. It gives you a roadmap. It gives you something to aim for. It gives you something to drive for. And when you're aiming for those goals and you're achieving the steps along the way, you get that fulfillment and you get that sense of self-pride. So you're moving towards something, like you're building yourself up.
I could go all day on goal setting. I
Mhm.
love goal setting. I've brought it up in the podcast before. You can
Yeah.
watch some previous episodes on how to set goals.
I think this is probably one of the most talked about.
It's the most detrimental.
It's probably the most talked about topic on our podcast. We probably bring it up more than anything.
That's because I think without goal setting, nothing is going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a bold statement, but it's so true.
But
Nothing
it's true.
is going
If
to
you're
happen.
not like, if you never have a target, how are you ever going to hit it?
Exactly.
So and if you never know what you're aiming for, how are you going to progress towards something?
Right. And just a couple of quick tips. I don't need to go into detail because I have before, but for new viewers and all that sort of, make sure you post it in 3 places at least that you'll see it every single day. Make sure that you have them written down physically. You're not, if you don't have that physical reminder of what your goals are, you're going to lose focus at some point.
Yeah.
Because I know, I've said it before, when I feel like quitting, I look at my goal sheet and I'm like, I can't quit.
Yeah.
And then another thing is write it down and make sure it's something you want. Sit on it. There's no rush to make your goals. If you have your goal written down, just think about why you want to accomplish it.
Yeah.
If you don't have a why, you're not going to do it. It needs to be something that's important to you.
Yeah. It's like the whole Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson. Have you ever seen that video?
Yep.
That video made me understand why having a why is so important opposed to having a what. You need that
Exactly.
driving force. I don't know if you guys know the story, but Buster Douglas told his mom he was going to be the first person ever to knock out Mike Tyson. And he got knocked down by Mike Tyson. No one ever got knocked down by Mike Tyson and stood back up. But he told his mom he was going to. And he stood back up and knocked out Mike Tyson. And that's just because his why was stronger than his what.
Absolutely. If you look at my favorite boxer of all time, Tyson Fury, actually named after Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
His why is insane. He won his championship and he just went downhill from there.
Mm-hmm.
He lost sight of all of that matters. And there was one night he was getting ready to finish things, and he just came to this realization: what am I doing? I have children. I have, there's people out there that need me, and he just powered through it. And he's become like one of the best like mental health awareness advocates.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so moving into number 4, talk yourself up. Don't be scared to do it. I mean, don't be all cocky and but be proud of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Be happy that you are where you are today and you've accomplished the things that you've accomplished today. It's not bad to talk yourself up. It is one of the coolest things when you see other people, they're happy about themselves. You're like, hey, look,
Right.
I just got this new hoodie. It was kind of expensive, but I'm going to treat myself. And it's like, you know what, man? Good for you. I'm happy for you.
Brag about it. Yeah, I have a podcast on positivity. What's
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, what's up? What do you guys got? You know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. But be proud of who you are. And you don't have to be egotistical about it, and you don't have to be cocky about it. But be proud of what you've accomplished and what you have in your life.
Don't be afraid to just talk about it. If you're in a circle and you're just quiet about it, bring some attention to it.
Yeah.
Shine some light on it. Get a little bit of retribution, because that's not what it's about.
So that's not what it's about, but still you want to be able to be confident in who you are and be confident in all the things you do in life. And so those steps are really important. Going into number 5, if you're done there.
Oh, yeah, we're good.
Okay. Going into number 5, get a hobby. Find something that is fulfilling in what you do. For example, this podcast. This podcast for Caleb and I is a hobby. It is something we get fulfillment out of. We learn in the process, and we can deliver knowledge in the process. And so all around, and with any other, painting is a piece of art. It's something that touches your soul, or singing or dancing or anything like that. When you find that hobby that just resonates with you and gives you that sense of fulfillment, chase it and follow it and keep with it.
Absolutely. Hobbies turn into passions, turn into businesses.
Yeah.
Like anything is possible these days.
Yeah.
Just find a hobby, and once you have that hobby, zero in on it. Just keep working at it day by day, and you'll get to wherever it's supposed to go. And if you don't get anything back from your hobbies in 5 to 10 years, who cares? You're chasing something that you really are passionate about.
Yeah.
But I promise you, for 5 to 10 years, if you just keep grinding at it, it's gonna happen.
And it'll never be a waste of time if it provides you happiness and fulfillment.
Exactly.
Moving into number 6, find an alter ego. This one might sound so cheesy, but it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you're in those situations of stress or anxiety where you're like, what am I going to do? Well, it's kind of you step back and you're like, well, what would Iron Man do?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I feel like a little 6-year-old at a birthday party. It's like, where's Iron Man? What's he gonna do? But at the same time, it's like, if you can adapt that mindset and adapt the characteristics and the personality, you're unstoppable. And so that's my alter ego. That's why I use that in that example is Iron Man, because we have similar last names. His last name is Stark. My last name is Starks. And so it's in those situations.
Wait a minute, new theory.
So it's in those situations where I'm just like, what would Iron Man? The dude's an Avenger. How do you get better than that? You know what I mean? Who's your alter ego?
I'm still kind of looking. I've
Okay.
had so many throughout the
Yeah.
years. I'm
Well,
not
everybody
even gonna
does.
lie. One that I'll admit openly, since it was an old alter ego. Have you ever seen Stranger Things?
Yeah.
You know Steve Harrington?
Yeah.
That was my alter ego.
Really?
Just 'cause I thought he was like the coolest guy. I loved the 80s, and
Yeah.
that's when Stranger Things takes place.
Okay.
And towards the end of the show, he starts becoming more of a person you'd want to be like,
Yeah. Right. He
more
starts
so
off-
than the first season.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
But I just thought he was cool.
Yeah. No, that's awesome though. But find an alter ego, and in those situations of stress, pull it out
Mm-hmm.
and just pretend that you are that person to get you through the situation. Number 7, so important. Listen up. Lay off of yourself. You know, you are a human being. You will mess up. You will have mistakes in life, but lay off of yourself because it happens. And, you know, like we had Brandon Granger on the show. I felt weird calling it a show. We had him on the podcast a while back, and he said, view yourself as someone who loves you.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, if I'm viewing my mom and she messes up, I'm not going to be like, you stupid, what are you doing? That was the dumbest thing you've ever done. I'd be like, listen, mom, mistakes happen. You're human. We'll get over it,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And so it's just that, view yourself as that. Because once you develop that mentality, you're unstoppable.
Also, you can definitely say the show.
Mhm.
Lots of podcasts are also referenced as shows.
Okay, yeah.
So we can definitely say, hey, would you like to be on my show?
Yeah.
And it sounds cooler. But
Okay.
anyways,
Tangent.
yeah,
Tangent.
definitely lay off yourself. I know I am probably one of the hardest people on myself.
Yeah,
And it's definitely common in success-driven people.
yeah.
And I mean, it's common in not so successful
Yeah.
driven people. And that's
Coming to everybody.
probably why they're not as success-driven.
Right.
But yeah, regardless, just know. I mean, follow the rest of the steps, and it kind of leads up to this a little bit, I would
Yeah.
say. But make sure you're keeping in tune, that you're not too hard on yourself. No one's gonna be perfect,
No.
and I'm thankful for all the stupid mistakes that I've made, because am I gonna do those again?
Yeah, it's like
No.
if you didn't fail dramatically the last time, how would you expect yourself to succeed with passion the next time?
Exactly,
So,
100%.
all right. Well, do you have anything else you want to add to this?
Yeah, just keep it up, guys. You guys are doing great. Thank you for the supporters. We've seen quite the movement on the
Yeah.
subscriber number, on the subscriber. I don't.
This
That wasn't
subscriber count? Yeah. So, yeah. While you're here, make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let us know we're here. You're here. We know we're here.
Give us a review. Are we too boring? I feel
Yeah.
like we're starting to crank up our energy.
Yeah. Are we too boring? Tell us
Do we need to add graphics for you guys?
something. Like a little dragon flying behind us the whole time. We'll buy a green screen. What is it gonna take?
I'll get a costume.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Come on. So yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add.
I think that's pretty much
Yeah,
it.
are we too boring?
Thank you guys
Tell us.
so much for watching.
Thank you.
Something like a little
And we
dragon
appreciate
flying
you guys
behind
being
us
here
the
for the whole
time.
journey.
We'll buy a
been
green
amazing.
screen. What is it gonna
we
take?
have other avenues if you
Yeah,
guys want
Mickey
to
Mouse
keep
Clubhouse. Come on.
updated. We have Instagram, Facebook.
So yeah, I don't think I have anything else to
TikTok.
add.
I think that's it.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
Thank you
we have
guys
our
so much
personal
for
snaps that
watching.
we mark it on quite a
Yeah.
bit,
But all that's in the description
And
if you want to
we
go
appreciate
check
you guys being
those
here for the whole
out.
journey.
But thank you guys so much
It's
for
been
watching. I hope you have
amazing.
an awesome week,
And-
and we will see you guys next Monday.
Happy Monday.
See ya.
Facebook,
TikTok.
TikTok. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, we have our personal snaps that we mark it on quite a
Yeah. But all that's in the description if you want to go check those out. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome week, and we will see you guys next Monday.
bit. Happy Monday.
See ya.